Princess Liora lived in a peaceful kingdom where the days were bright, the afternoons were lazy, and the evenings always smelled just a little like vanilla. She wasn't the kind of princess who went on daring quests or galloped across the countryside on wild adventures. She liked soft things, gentle things, quiet things. Every morning, she strolled through the palace garden, greeting the tulips as though they were old friends. And every afternoon, when the sun hung low like a sleepy golden lantern, she walked to a meadow just beyond the palace gates. The meadow wasn't famous, it wasn't filled with anything unusual, but it had something Princess Liora loved most of all: peace. The grass there grew tall and moved like waves when the wind wandered through. The trees whispered in low, comforting voices. The clouds drifted so slowly they seemed to be thinking about where they wanted to go. Nothing hurried, nothing fussed, everything simply was. One warm, quiet day, Princess Liora decided to visit the meadow a little earlier than usual. As she stepped into the soft grass, she felt something different, not mysterious or startling, just a pleasant sort of different. The meadow seemed to be waiting for her, as if it had something gentle to share. She walked farther in, brushing her fingers along the feathery tops of the grass. The blades swayed happily, like they were saying hello. Above her, a bird glided lazily, so slowly it barely seemed to move at all. Liora smiled. Everything felt extra calm today. As she wandered deeper into the meadow, she noticed something she had never paid attention to before: a narrow path, almost hidden beneath the grass, winding softly between the flowers. It wasn't bright, it wasn't magical, it wasn't even very tidy. It just looked inviting, like the kind of path that had stories to tell but didn't mind waiting for someone patient enough to listen. Princess Liora followed it at an unhurried pace. Each step felt lighter than the one before. Along the path, tiny white puffs, maybe seeds from distant flowers, floated slowly past her, drifting as if they were half asleep themselves. The path led her to a cluster of willow trees, their branches hanging like silky curtains. The leaves shimmered pale green, dipping and swaying in that slow willow way, as though they were gently nodding to her. Liora carefully pushed aside a curtain of branches and stepped into the small space beneath the trees. It felt like a secret room created by nature, not hidden on purpose, just tucked away softly, waiting to be found. Inside, the air was cool and calm. The light filtered through the leaves in wavy patterns, the way sunlight dances at the bottom of a shallow pond. Everything smelled faintly of fresh rain, even though the sky was clear. In the very center of the willow circle sat something simple but wonderful: a tiny pond, round as a silver coin, still as a resting thought. Princess Liora knelt beside it. The water didn't sparkle or glow. It didn't ripple or whisper. It was just perfectly, peacefully still. A quiet so gentle it felt like a hush wrapping around her shoulders. When she looked into the water, she didn't see anything surprising. Just her reflection, softened by the shadows of leaves. But the longer she gazed, the calmer she felt. Her thoughts slowed. Her breath deepened. The whole meadow seemed to sigh in relief that she had found this spot. A dragonfly drifted by, its wings humming softly, not loud or busy, but like a tiny lullaby made of air. It hovered above the pond for a moment, then drifted away, unbothered by anything in the world. Princess Liora lay down in the soft grass, watching the willow leaves sway. They moved back and forth, like the meadow was rocking itself to sleep. The princess closed her eyes for a moment, not to sleep, just to feel the gentle breeze brushing her cheeks. It felt like someone was softly turning the pages of a quiet storybook made entirely of air. When she opened her eyes again, she saw a small family of rabbits hopping slowly along the other side of the meadow, not in a rush, just taking their time, stopping to nibble here and there. Their simple, peaceful little journey made her smile. Princess Liora realized something important then: this meadow wasn't a place for grand adventures. It was a place for soft adventures, the kind that made your heart feel warm and your thoughts feel light. She decided she would return every day, not to discover something new, but simply to enjoy how lovely it felt to be there. Because some places don't need surprises to be magical. Some places are special because of how quiet they are. As the breeze settled and the willow leaves slowed their swaying, Princess Liora whispered to the meadow, "I'll come back tomorrow." And the meadow, in its gentle, leafy way, seemed to whisper back, "We'll be here."